All right, this lake here this land was bought back several years ago, many years ago, by my dad. And he bought it for a banker. And the banker wanted to build a lake here on this here land, but he never did. So Leonard Smith was the banker, First National Bank, Sylacauga, and he sold it back to my dad, and then my dad, he sold it back to me. And later on, I kept mentioning something about the lake, and my wife, Dorothy, told me to go ahead and build this lake because I wanted it.
Sonny is rowing that boat.
The process that went into building this lake was a lot of hard work, a lot of excavating, dozer work, backhoe work, and a lot of manual labor that we all had to put in.
Well, I remember it was quite a few years ago, and they had to do a lot of cutting trees and digging and routing the water. I don't know all the process, but there was quite a bit of planning done when they started the project, which it did take a while to get it done.
So I hired a guy to come in here and build the lake, and he halfway did the project. The dam wasn't sufficient enough, so I fired him, and then I hired another crew that had 3 pieces of equipment, and they came in here and they finished up the lake, which I thought would be secure, but later on it started giving away. The dam started moving some, so I had to start building concrete walls. Then I backfilled it with dirt, rock, and concrete, and to get it stabilized. The lake has 11.2 acres of water. The water comes out of the mountains behind me, out of small streams that feeds the lake, and the water goes on down to, I believe that's Tallahassee Creek it runs on into. There's good fishing in it. I don't let nobody else fish in it except family. There's catfish, bluegill, bass. Then there are some algae, what you want to call it, eaters. They call, I can't think of the name of the fish, but they're just in there to keep the lake clean.
like the fact that I can just walk out my door and go down the hill and pick up a fishing rod and go fishing if I want to. And I like the fact that I can watch the animals, because sometimes we have ducks and we've had geese that stop by here, and I like to watch them. I like to watch the animals.
I see deer swim in the lake sometimes. I see coyotes sometimes. Wild geese sometimes comes into the lake. We have seen several rattlesnakes swim in the lake, and we have quite a few beavers in the lake too. And I have seen an otter or two in the lake. So we are blessed with wild animals and things like that. The name of the lake was Stephen Frank Bearden, my oldest son, who was killed in an automobile accident. And I named the lake after him because he loved to bass fish, and he was just might as well say a fanatic at bass fishing and bass fishing in these bass terminals. And so I named the lake after Steve.
Now, Steve, my brother-in-law, he was an avid fisherman, and we just couldn't understand how he could get out there and catch these big fish and just throw them right back in the water. But he loved the sport of it, and he liked fish. He liked to eat fish, but it was more of an enjoyable hobby for him. He just loved being out on the water. And that's the reason why we named the lake after him. It's Lake Steve. In fact, my husband and I went out, and actually I ordered a sign to surprise his mom with. It was after he passed away, because I knew that she missed him so much, and just having that sign, I think, made her feel so good. We bought it for her birthday, and Pop Bearden put it out for her, and it's just special because we do have those special memories of Steve and how much he enjoyed it out here.
Part of the naming process that we went into was my oldest brother basically liked fishing a lot more than hunting. We do a lot of hunting, fishing, but he loved to fish. He really sunk a lot into it. And when he passed away in '96, we just decided that we would name the lake in honor of him. And so we fixed up a sign and had a sign fixed up. We called it Lake Stephen. And so we did that to honor his memory. He helped do a lot of work involved in it, but he never really got to enjoy the lake himself.
Now, my mother-in-law, she's passed away a couple of years ago, and she loved she loved nature herself. She could just walk out on her patio and look down at the lake and enjoy it so much. She just loved taking pictures. That's the reason why we have so many pictures of the lake and surrounding the lake, because she did love nature itself. It's just a family thing that we all enjoy.
It's important to have a lake that we all can come to, like spend time with family, because don't know what's gonna happen. So I might not wake up tomorrow and see some of my family. So like it's good to come here where I can have some time to bond and have good memories to share.
This to me is a family thing. It's something that the whole family can enjoy and be together and draw us together and be thankful for what we have.
But the importance of that is always spending time with those you care about and just having a great time and enjoying every day. Because life is short, so enjoy it while you can.
And it's a lake that my dad always wanted me to build, but he never did see it.